Well, here we are at the Big Bear Valley Historical Museum, where tonight this is the first of several events for the Old Miner Days Cowboy Gathering. Gonna have entertainment. Let's go in and watch. Well, they got a big crowd out here. Just look at all these people. I'm up on the first landing of the stamp mill. If you haven't been out the museum, it's really, really cool. And Liz Harris is doing the auction. She's the auctioneer. And we're out in the back part of the museum. But man, look at the sunset, folks. How wonderful it is to live in Big Bear. The sun going down. Crimson sky.
300. Now looking for 350.
Okay, we're going to have Yvonne
Rolando, you're at 350. I'm looking at 400.
Cowboy Poetry first, and then we're going to have Nancy Walker portraying Patsy Cline with all of Patsy Cline's hits. Well, that'll be next.
And it has this phenomenal, all of the cattle have these big smiles on their face. And you're going, what is this? Could this be that they have a very humorous, wonderful rancher's wife who tells stories that makes everybody smile? Our very favorite poet, Yvonne Hollenbeck. Thank you.
In case you folks from Germany don't know where South Dakota is, it's a long ways from here. I don't think you can get there from here. But we do have Mount Rushmore, and you've probably heard about that. That's in our state. The town I live next to is got a population of 2. The town drunk and the bartender, and I'm not either one of them. But I live on a cattle ranch. We raise beef cattle and registered quarter horses. And I write poetry about my life as a rancher's wife. And a lot of it is humorous about things that weren't very humorous when they happened. And I write about just everything that seems to happen in my life. And eating this wonderful meal tonight made me think about the last time I got to go out and eat. You know, we're 30 miles from the closest town with a restaurant. And so I wrote a poem about it. When you're married to a rancher, it's really quite a treat when maybe once or twice a year you might go out to eat. Well, it happened once last summer after putting up some hay. Hubby asked me if I'd like to eat in town that day. Well, I was quick to answer yes. I hurried to prepare. I changed into my best old dress and I brushed my windblown hair. And nothing flat, our pickup truck was headed down the lane. A dinner date with hubby was like lighting an old flame. I'm visualizing candlelight as music softly plays, imagining the kind of things to me he'll probably say. And as our pickup bounced along, I thought of even more. When at the edge of town, he pulled up to the old feed store. Well, I told him I'd wait outside while he picked up some feed, because the guys that usually waits on him don't have a lot of speed. Besides, my shoes were killing me. I thought I'd rest my feet. He said, "You better come with me if you would like to eat." And then he pointed to a banner on the door that I could read, "For the annual pancake supper at the local Feed and Seed." I added one last verse. With headlights shining out, we headed to the ranch, and we both laughed and talked about our evening of romance. But next week is his birthday. And instead of grilling steaks, I'm going to invite his buddies out and fix them all pancakes. Now, I don't know how many of you know this, but a year ago, our president of the United States, President Bush, signed a proclamation claiming July 21st is National Day of the Cowboy. That's tomorrow. And there's a lot of controversy. I don't know about in your country, but here in the United States, there's a lot of controversy about what a cowboy really is. Now, some people think you have to ride the rodeos. And some people think, well, Western singers, they're cowboys. And yeah, everybody can argue about it. But I'm going to clear it all up for you tonight, because I wrote a poem about it, called The Class Reunion. Last year, I got invited to the reunion of my class. It had been years since graduation. Don't the time go fast? Well, they said we'd have a big old time and to bring our spouses too, and we'd all get reacquainted and we'd find out what they do. Well, I hadn't seen those folks in years, so I felt that I should go, but my spouse declined. He said he could not miss the White River Rodeo. He said that's where he'd meet old friends, and I fully understood. Because for him to meet those city guys would not be very good. You see, he's just an old cowhand, born there on that ranch, no formal education, and he would not have much chance of fitting in their social whirl, and he would not understand their talk about stocks and Wall Street, because he's just an old cowhand. Oh, and I'm sure his clothes would not fit in, his faded hat and boots, because those city guys wear Ralph Lauren and costly tailored suits. But enough about my husband. We went our separate ways. He loaded up his roping horse and he went to White River's frontier days, and I went back home to see those folks I hadn't seen in a long, long time. Well, first we were to have a social hour, and then together we would dine. So I bought myself a brand new dress, and I curled up my hair, and soon I was in the parking lot, and I headed right in there. I thought at first I'd made an error and got in the wrong place. I didn't see a soul I knew, not one familiar face. Men were mostly fat and bald, and women were old and gray. I thought perhaps the best just leave. And then I heard somebody say, "Just come over here and register and wear this little tag so folks will know just who you are."